welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We're on Friday the 21st of June. It's drizzling, it's dull, but it's quite warm, and I've got a day off work, so I'm quite happy. Myself and Tom have been out and about, and we're back now. It's the afternoon and I'm going to have a little snoop around the garden, and I thought what I would do is record my June garden tour, because I didn't do a May garden tour, I ran out of time. So I think for those of you that looked at the April garden tour, you'll see quite a difference. Now we're in June, and I'll show you the highs and the lows of what's happening in the garden just now. Jemima wants to lay an egg. It's funny with chickens, with hens, because some hens sort of make a grumbling sound as they're looking for where they want to lay their egg. Others are quiet and they just sneak into a nest box and that's it. And then once they've laid the egg, some are quite quiet and others come out and announce it to the world that they've laid their egg, and that's called the egg song. So Jemima's definitely a before laying sort of a grumbler. So let me get organised and take you around the garden so you can see what's happening now. I bought 3 Oriental Poppy plants earlier on in the year and put them in here with their chicken protection around them, and they are now flowering, and we've got 3 out at the moment and 1 just coming out. This one's actually was the first, so it's going over a little bit now, but the colour is just so striking, so like scarlet and in your face. I love them, I really do. So just taking a little step back from the poppies, you can see that I'm starting to get some colour in this wasteland that the chickens love scratching about in. That's the dust bath there that Hattie was in. To the left of the poppies, you'll see I've got calendula, whoop, there, and I've got a little dahlia, and there's a gazania in there. And there's also some stalks that I sowed earlier on in the year myself, and they've not flowered yet. But yeah, it's around the swing seat area here, just starting to get some colour. So looking at the other side of the swing seat area, there is a pot with strawberries in. Behind that there's the lupin, that we had some lovely lupin flowers. They've gone over now, but we'll get some more, I'm sure, later in the year. And down here we've got a hart's tongue fern, and just in front of that there's a little hydrangea that I was given last year, and it's just protected with that wire cloche at the minute. And then in the sort of perennial bed, I'm going to trip over. So in the perennial bed here, the plants are starting to get bigger, although they are still quite young. The girls do enjoy dust bathing in here, and that's fine. That the intention was to allow them to do that and just to protect individual plants with the little wire surrounds. So we've got a sort of daisy type, is it a Shasta daisy maybe there, and there's another one at the back. We've got a Nephofia, a couple of Astilbe, and a Hellebore, and a Skimmia, and a Pieris, and this is a Heucherella, and there was some little irises up as well. Oh, and there, and it's not doing very well. So first year I bought just the bare root, the echinacea here, and it's just coming out. Goodness knows if it will actually get to flower this year, but it will be fine for forthcoming years. So we're behind the swing seat now, and got this pot here with 3 small dahlias in. They were new this year. I can't quite remember the varieties, but we'll see when they come up, hopefully. The strawberry bed here, it's doing well actually. It's giving some strawberries, maybe in 4s and 5s, not all at once. So that's quite, it's trickle feeding the strawberries to us, and this combined with other strawberry beds, we're getting a nice supply. Yeah, so that's good. Then next to the strawberry bed, we've got the onion bed. These are onion exhibition. So let me show you those in a bit closer. Here you go, the exhibition onions are sort of starting to bulb up. So I hope that we'll get reasonable onions. A couple of weeds in there I see I'll need to take care of. And these 2 beds are little metal beds. They're 1 metre square each. And they're great actually for having various veg in. And then we look down the great potato hedge. So starting at the top, we've got pots of Caledonian Pearl, which are a first early. Then it goes on to my second early, which is Charlotte. Then on to the main crops down towards the bottom, and that's Picasso and also Pink Fir Apple. So I've got many pots of potatoes, and I hope in the next couple of weeks to harvest my first early. There's a few little flowers I got, little tiny plug plants through the post. Not the Nicotiana, but these. So there's a variety of things in there. There's Rudbeckia and geranium and a few other things I can't remember. So there, and also up here. So I'm just waiting on them. These are looking, petunias are looking quite good now. So I'm just waiting on them getting a bit bigger, and then I'll pot them up. Stop eating the potatoes, you. Okay, next to the shed, we have these amazing Oregon Sugar Pod Monge 2. I've already had a good harvest of these, and I'm just going to keep picking to hopefully keep getting more. These are the Kent blue peas that are doing okay. I just didn't have many of them. And these are these are Hurst Green Shaft. Peas are doing good in the garden this year. I'll show you some more. Over here, my Astrantia, I brought this from my previous house, and it is doing brilliantly there. That Budley at the back, I should have pruned it last year. This was here when I arrived, and I didn't do anything with it. So I will this year. I've got 4 peonies in this bed. This little dinky one here was in a pot last year, didn't do anything. It's growing, but it's not flowering. And then the same, that's come back but not flowered. This has come back and not flowered. And this has come back looking quite pitiful, but we do have one bud, so hopefully that will open. So yeah, a bit disappointed on the peony front, although I have high hopes that next year we'll get there with them. More dust bathing. That's Matilda at the front and Brenda at the back, and then this is Dottie. Okay, a little bit further over then, we've got this lovely lemon balm. It's thriving and smells wonderful. And then I created this little bed. I don't have any boards around it or anything. Well, I've got one piece of wood there. So it's just self-supporting, if you know what I mean. And I've just put, it's a pink bed, so I've put some pink flowers in there, including these little carnations, which are gorgeous. And a nice fuchsia. And there's a nice lavender and some other bits and bobs. So if I turn around from this angle, we're starting to get some colour and some structure in the barren wasteland that is the chicken area, because the chicken coop is chicken run is just there. Now you're just eating those poppies. Away you go. My sweet peas are going mad. I say my sweet peas, but there's only about 4 of my plants in here. Most of them were eaten. So I did buy some plugs from the garden centre. But as you can see, loads of growth. In fact, I think I can see my first sweet pea. Yay, I can. There we go. My first sweet pea of the year. Very nice. And right next door, since I'm here, this was the garlic bed, and I harvested the garlic last week, and it's now housing 6 golden acre cabbages and some carrots that I had in with the garlic. I don't know how they'll do. I think the cabbages will probably crowd them out, but I didn't have the heart to take them out when I took the garlic out, so we'll see how that goes. More compost. Can never have too much compost. Okay, here we are at Hosta Corner with my 3 big hostas doing brilliantly. A few weeds up the end there, but don't look at them. Look at the flowers. Absolutely amazing. They're huge. And then my pots, most of them are doing okay. We've got some nasturtium here, there. That was a hosta, but it's a bit ill. Nasturtium, hosta, nasturtium, hosta. These are nice little hanging pots, but they're murder to keep watered, I have to say. But yeah, pleased with Hosta Corner. And down here, we've got a dahlia that's got a flower bud on it. Yay! And another dahlia that's got another flower bud on it. So hopefully we'll get some flowers from them. Fantastic. Wee Gary's still looking grumpy. This bed had my elephant garlic in, and I've harvested that, and now it's got 6 some things. I think they might be Savoy cabbages, but they also might be cauliflowers. I'm not quite sure. So that'll be exciting. Okay, looking down the side of the path that goes really from top to bottom in the garden, there's been a little bit of change. We still have the herb bed there, but I've replaced these round beds. These round beds were just wire mesh, but I got these little metal beds. I think the brand is Out Sunny, and you get 2 in a pack, and I think I got 2 packs of 2 for between £80 and £90. So they're not dead expensive. They're really good quality as far as I can tell. But it just makes these circular beds just a little bit nicer, a bit neater. Now, what I wasn't able to do because they were already planted up, the wire beds, I wasn't able to add more compost to this. So actually the level that the flowers are growing in is probably about there. So once these are over, I will top up these beds so that next year there's more, the plants start higher up in the beds, if you know what I mean. And each of these beds has got a collection of flowers in that most I grew myself, the odd one I bought. They're not all flowering yet. I wanted to have a sort of cottagey garden feel to it, so you can see that I've got some cornflowers. That's actually a delphinium that I did buy, and we also have cosmos, nicotiana, nigella, and there's some poppies in there too. So this one isn't quite, well, none of them are completely flowered, but you can see a variety. If I just go down, you can see a variety of the flowers. Here's the second bed. So the cosmos is flowering again, more cornflowers. There's also a couple of hollyhocks actually. I would like to think they'll flower this year, but I did start them off at the beginning of the year and they are biennial, so it might be next year, but hopefully this year. And then here, look at these gorgeous, gorgeous poppies. I just love them. I think they might be Thai silk mix. Look at this one. Isn't it just gorgeous? I really love them. And again, some of the cornflowers are out. There's some calendula over there as well. And then in this one, the calendula is making the most appearance, but there's some poppies on the go and some nicotiana. And then there's this little, I want to say chrysanthemum. It isn't a chrysanthemum, but it's off that ilk that I bought. There's one of the hollyhocks. It's growing, but not flowering yet. Now this bed, there was a couple of things I put in, but there's some perennials in here, these perennial Shasta daisies. But I did put some other things in here as well. Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? Little calendula. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how this is coming on. Now let's go into the sort of main growing area. I got two little cheap clematis from the supermarket last year. This one is now doing okay, but sadly this one here, whilst it was growing nice and tall, I think it's going to die back. I think it's got clematis wilt or something of that ilk. I'll leave it just now and we'll see how it goes. There's my little table of spares, and here's one of my brassica beds. There's a collection of Savoy cabbage and cauliflower in here. Here's my parsnips that are doing brilliantly, really happy with those. There's my heart tongue fern, and it's being it's being suffocated by these nettles and cleavers, but I'll sort that out. And then here we have the other brassica bed, or actually we've got several brassica beds, but this is the largest one. And then here we have some, let me see if I can get in. We have some broccoli. And we have some sprouts and some cauliflower. It's all a bit mass of leaves in there, but hopefully, once I get out the little calabrese broccoli, then there should be a bit more space. Here are my potatoes that I'm growing as part of the single seed potato challenge. There's 11 pots, I believe, from a single seed potato. And yeah, this is a challenge that's set every year by Steve House from the Digwell Greenfingers channel. And he sends you out a single seed potato and you've got to see how many potatoes you grow from it. So I managed to, cut it into about 6 pieces, I think, and then as they grew, I split them again. I was a bit brutal in the way I split them this year. I literally just took, I had put the little piece in a small pot. When it grew into a plant, I took that out the pot and then just sliced the things in half, roots and all. So I don't know how many potatoes I'm going to get. And I noticed actually we're only in June and they're flowering, so I maybe just stressed them too much in doing that. Because we don't want to be harvesting their main crops, until like September time. Now here is one of my strawberry beds, and I'm a bit annoyed because 2 of the chickens got in. Now what I'd also done, because these strawberry plants are a bit teensy and they've got lots of fruits but they haven't grown very large. I've put in some beetroot and some flowers interplanted between the strawberries, and chickens such as Hattie there, bad girl, she was in, popped over the fence and started scratching everything up, so most of my beetroot was dug out and annihilated. So I'm a bit annoyed. But hey, if I don't build the barriers high enough, then I suppose I've got to expect that. Don't you even be thinking about it. Look at her, she's going to jump in again. Look at that. Out, 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 out. Oh, you're bad. Says I'm away. Here are the first tomatoes that I planted out this year. I've got a number of tomatoes outside and some in the polytunnel. So we've got a variety of varieties here. So we have Tim's Taste of Paradise, we have Crimson Crush, we have a giant tomato, don't know any more about it than that, and we have Sun Gold. So they seem to be doing okay. A little bit, the giant one, the leaves are curling a little bit, but I've just given them a feed actually. And you'll see I've got some marigolds in there to try and help them along, attract beneficial insects and deter non-beneficial insects. So actually, ooh, look, I think that might be my first fruit in there, which is exciting. I have no fruits yet, either in the indoor or the outdoor ones, but I am in Scotland and it does take a wee while for things to get going. So yeah, quite pleased with those. Oh, and here's a nice hosta, and you can see that there's a couple of weeds, including cleavers in here. I'll need to dig about and try and sort that out. And then here's my salad bed. These are doing well actually, after initially the batch up the top there got munched by slugs. I've since put down this miscanthus grass horse bedding, and it seems to have settled things back down again. So I do have, if you can just see, there are some spring onions in a row here, as well as having the lettuce, and there's another row of spring onions here, not at the back there, that's grass, but just up there. Need to go in and do a little weed, but yeah, looking good. Across the path from the round flower beds, we've got one of the pea beds, and this has actually got 2 varieties of pea in it. We have Oregon Sugar Pod Monge 2 in this half, and then in this half we have some more Hurst Green Shaft. They're all doing quite well actually. I sowed these directly into the soil rather than transplanting young plants, and it's gone great. I've also at the front got lots of nasturtiums that I also seeded when I put the peas in. So it's all going like a fair in there. The bean and pea structure is holding out well, and it is absolutely full of bean and pea plants. On this side we have Greek Gigante, the large butter beans, and they've reached the top, and I can see now that we're starting to get some flowers, not open yet, but they're going to be open soon, and I look forward to seeing that. And let me go round the back, and this is where the Ne Plus Ultra peas are. Let me just, so it's sort of hard to see. You can see we've got some flowers. Let me just show you the height of it compared to me. Okay, here I am at the back, and you can see the peas have grown right up to the top there. These are 8 feet long bamboo canes, and okay, they're at a slight angle, but we're probably talking 7.5 feet anyway, maybe a bit more. So yes, they're doing absolutely splendidly. Oh, there's Colin. Hello, big boy. You out to take in some sun? Yes. Oh, look at your wee runny eyes. Oh, a little jog. In the front part of the pea and bean bed, I have 2 scalloped white summer squash. There's one there, and there's one there. And I also have this courgette. Oops, sorry, I'm in the way. It's looking a bit rough, to be honest. Is it gold rush, something like that? So I'll maybe give it a feed and see how it goes. I've also popped in some gazania. I had some gazania seedlings, so we'll see if they manage to grow before they get overcome by the squash. And at either end of the plank that I use to walk through the bed so that I'll be able to access the beans, I've got a cauliflower in a pot at either end, and these are really there to stop the chickens walking the plank and getting into the bed. They're not protected, as you can see, so we'll see if they get chomped by birds or anything else, but they've been here for a few weeks and they're fine. And actually there's a bird feeder there, and in this area here there's lots of birds inhabiting it, but they tend to be the smaller garden birds, and they're quite happy just getting the seeds from the bird feeder. Opposite the pea and bean arch, we've got a little squash bed here. The squash bed used to be where I'm growing the peas and beans now, and there's 2 mashed potato squash in here. First time for growing them. I can also see a couple of weeds. I'll get them. And here, in the triangular bed, this is where the tulips are in the springtime, and I recently de-weeded it, and I've planted some more mashed potato squash in here, and one itty bitty under that cloche there, a little what do you call it? Butterbush, that's the one. Butterbush, a little miniature butterbean. But I don't know whether it'll survive. It's not looking great. And then we still have some lovely alliums here. Those ones are over there. But these ones are still going, they're gorgeous. I'm hoping that I'll be able to train these squash up this obelisk, which is weighted down by bricks, as you can see there at the moment. When I get some new stakes, I'll probably put some stakes in there to make the structure a bit more robust. And then just behind that, you can see we've got the raspberry canes, and we've got lots of summer fruiting and autumn fruiting. So let me just go around and show you, because I've got lots of fruit. As you can see, lots and lots and lots of fruit. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this look around the garden. It's coming on. There's still plenty to be done in it though. Pop in the comments what you think, and also I'd love to know how your gardens are coming along and your allotments, and what is near the point of being harvested. Hello. Meow. Meow. Hello, Colin. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and click the bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.